YouTube, it's Jen. No Brad, he's at work. I swear he's alive. I'm just still at home recovering from the band removal surgery, and so I figured I'd give you an update. So I had my band removed last Tuesday, August 28th. And so I got insurance to approve both the band removal and then 3 months later to get the sleeve conversion. So all that was supposed to happen on August 28th is I was supposed to go in, get my band removed, be outpatient, and basically go back to living normal. Like there wasn't supposed to be like this whole progression diet or anything. It was just supposed to be band removed, no overnight stay, you're all good. Unfortunately, that did not happen. While my surgeon was removing my band, which I had placed in 2012, it got revised in 2014 because it had slipped, so she had to reposition it in 2014, July. And so 4 years later, in 2018, from the revision, she was removing the band. And there was, of course, a lot of scar tissue, because when she did the revision in July 2014, a year and a half after the band, there was a ton of scar tissue. So it was not shocking that 4 years after the revision, there was still new scar tissue, and a lot of it. So in trying to remove the band and to remove all the scar tissue to get my stomach prepared so that it could heal and have a nice clean sleeve in December, she had to remove all the scar tissue in the band, and she accidentally cut my stomach. And she and that is apparently a complication that can happen with band removal. And when she cut my stomach, that required incisions in my stomach. And so therefore it wasn't this easy, oh, your band is gone, go home, you're free to live your life. It meant that I had to stay in the hospital for 2 nights. And so I did. And I felt like nobody wants to stay in the hospital, but I literally wanted to stay in the hospital. I did not feel ready to leave. I just wasn't feeling good enough to go home on my own. So it was when they told me Tuesday night and again Wednesday night that they wanted me to stay, I was like, not a problem, I'm not arguing with you. Thursday morning was the worst. I think that by then some of the original anesthesia was wearing off, so Thursday morning I felt completely awful. I thought I was going to throw up. I had them give me some anti-nausea meds, and then once those kicked in and I laid down a little longer, by I'd say 11 o'clock I felt just fine, and I'm like, okay, I've had enough hospital, I need to go now. Problem is that the residents and whoever they weren't ready to round on me or whatever, and I was just like, listen, I want out, I'm about to break out of the hospital. So eventually by 1:30 I think they had discharged me. And right before they discharged me, I was due for another pain med, so I had them give me some good pain meds before I went. And so that made the coming home not too bad. But then apparently there's new rules about narcotics, and so I was only given a limited number of pain pills, and that scared me because it's Thursday evening now, and you know, I only had 3 days worth, and that meant that if I ran out on Saturday, what was I going to do? And Monday was a holiday, so I started freaking out, and so I started to ration my pain meds because I was scared. And actually that turned out to be a good thing, because so I took pain meds Thursday and Friday at home, and I don't know that I did on Saturday. Let's see. Thursday and Friday, that's it. So Saturday I stopped taking pain meds, because for me the pain meds were necessary for getting up and down from being in bed. So from lying down to sitting up so I could go to the bathroom, so I could walk. I needed those all the way through Friday. From Tuesday through Friday, that was necessary. By Saturday, I was able to get up. I mean, obviously there's still pain, but it was definitely more doable. And so I was like, let's see how long I can go without the pain meds. And I knew that the pain meds also, they told me in the hospital, you know, the sooner you get off of the pain meds, the sooner you really start healing. And I knew that the pain meds cause constipation. And so I was just like, okay, let's see how we can do limiting the pain meds. And I actually didn't take any more pain meds after Friday. So Saturday, pain med, stopped taking them. I also wasn't supposed to, if I hadn't had the incision, there wasn't supposed to be all this liquid diets, but I apparently had to do because of the incision. Sorry. Lungs haven't totally gotten better yet. I had to do 3 days of clear, And then I did 4 days of full liquid, and then I called this morning, and I'm like, when can I progress? They're like, oh yeah, you can progress to soft for 2 days, and then go to regular food. And so I feel like only being on full liquids, I don't have a lot of energy, but I think that was also due to the fact that when we get surgeries, my doctor gives us the scopolamine patch, anti-nausea patch, but it also makes you really sleepy. So I think that might have been why. It's a 3-day patch. So I had it through Friday, and then I put a new one on Friday. And so Monday, we took it off. So as of last night, I've had nothing in me. No pain meds, no patch, no nausea meds, nothing. And so I'm doing better. But the things that aren't, I can get up and down fairly easily. There's still a little pain, but I mean, it's totally manageable. But they had put so many IVs and sticks in my left arm that my left arm hurts with any kind of movement. And so that was not expected. I had very little gas pain at all. I think a few minutes on like Friday, I think I rubbed my shoulder, like very little gas pain. And maybe that's because I did walk a lot. When I was in the hospital, I was like, let's walk all the time. So I had pain in my arm, which is sometimes worse than the pain in my stomach. The stomach pain really it's a little bit when I try to get from laying to sitting, and I cannot bend all the way down or twist. That hurts. But, I mean, that's not really limiting my real life. I mean, it limits all my activities, but it's not limiting my recovery. So I don't bend all the way to the floor. I don't twist. And I still can't sleep on my stomach. That sucks. I'm a stomach sleeper. Sleeping on my back sucks. So I'm not really getting good sleep. I wake up about every 2 hours because that's not my normal sleep position. So, but again, these are not horrible. It's just what it is. So if you, I'm sorry, that's the other thing. My lungs are not good yet. We're supposed to breathe into the spirometer, and I'm breathing and like, for the very beginning, like I could barely get 1,000, and then like last night I finally hit 2,000, and Brad looks over to me and he goes, because the top number is 5,000, he goes, how much you want to bet I can do 5,000 in one time? And I'm like, never gonna happen. Go ahead. First suck, he's at 5,000, does it like 6 times. So I thought, because yesterday I got to 2,000, I thought, wow, I'm really doing better. And then he's like just doing 5,000 without even like a half a breath. So my lungs are not clear yet. It does hurt to cough, so I'm not really able to cough everything up yet. But, and like if I take a deep breath, it kind of catches still a little, but I think that's just normal healing time. But my breathing has gotten better because I did go from 1,000 to 2,000 on the spirometer, so I just have to keep working at it. It's every hour you have to keep breathing in it to try to keep increasing lung capacity. So that's where I'm at. And oh my gosh, in real life, like I'm a very fast walker. My husband gets annoyed at me because I just walk fast. And now we went to Publix yesterday, and like I am walking like 3 feet behind him. He's like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is the first time I'm walking faster than you. I'm like, I know, enjoy it. I'm like a slow old lady, like literally just creeping along. But I am able to move. I'm just slow. And sometimes standing all the way straight, you can feel the stretch on your incisions in the stomach. So not fantastic. The other thing I don't want to forget about. So my doctor gave me an OnQ pain pump, which is like goes through your chest through a catheter, and then when it basically gives you continuous pain meds slowly for like 5 days. And so when that got emptied, she told us how to take it out ourselves. So Brad took out the pain pump, but I still have a drain in, and that's the other thing. I was not expecting a drain, and I believe the drain is because she cut my stomach. So I have a drain in. That's what this fun thing is, to hold the drain. Not cute. Not pretty, it's kind of gross. And so was not expecting that, and I'm hoping to be able to get it out before I go to work next week, because I don't want to be going to work with a pain pump with yellow juice in it. That's just disgusting. But I can't get it out until I'm producing less than 20 milliliters of gunk into it every 24 hours, and I'm at like 60 milliliters every 24 hours, so it's not looking good for it coming out anytime soon. And that was the one thing I was not prepared for, was the drain being in me. So that's that. So if you are getting a band removed, or if you're getting the band to sleeve in one surgery, my video is not necessarily perfectly on point for you because I'm band removed with a complication, so I don't know how much my pain or my situation will be the same as yours. So it's not horrible. It's, you know, it's just basically now mildly annoying. And apparently, I think I told you all that Brad saran wrapped me on Friday so I could take a shower, or Thursday night. I don't think we needed to do that. With the drain, it started leaking all over me on Saturday. Like 6:30 in the morning, I wake up, I have leakage everywhere. And Brad had learned how to change the dressing at the hospital, but he went away for the weekend, so my mom was staying with me. My mom did not know how to change the dressing. I didn't know how to tell her to change the dressing. It was awful. So definitely, if you get a drain, pay attention. Make sure you have somebody staying with you that knows how to do it, because her and I trying to guess it was terrible. We had to change it a few times, but now Brad's back home and he's able to do it for me, and that's all good. But yeah, changing the drain. And when you change the drain, you realize you have waterproof dressings on there. So I didn't need to also saran wrap myself, but whatever. So I got to take a regular person shower on Sunday. It was fantastic. No saran wrap. I just kind of clipped we had taken the pain pump out, so I just had the drain and I just wore it around my neck and got to have a regular shower, and it was fantastic. So that's where we are now. I am not stepping on the scale because from the moment I got home, after 3 days of clear liquids, you could just see how bloated my stomach is, and all sorts of disgusting stuff is coming out of my stomach through the drain. So I am not getting on the scale this week just because I know it's not real, and so there's no reason to torment myself with that number. So I will get on. So my normal weigh-in day would be tomorrow, Wednesday. I'll get on a week from Wednesday and find out where I am. And basically my diet has consisted of Premier protein shakes, cream of wheat, and blended potato soup. But today I'm allowed to progress to soft foods. I need to go figure out what soft foods are. And then they said 2 days of that, and then I can eat regular foods. So I am a little bit weak, but seriously, now I feel like it's getting better. However, I am getting scared about how bad the sleeve recovery is going to be, and about the 6-week post-op diet, and I'm just starting to worry myself. But I know I'm getting ahead of myself. I just need to relax. But I just figured I'd come on now while I remembered everything, just to tell you what recovery is like with a band removal with a complication. So I hope that that answers any questions you may have. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. And I guess that's it. And I promise you one of these days, Brad will be on here with me. I've just been making these videos while he's at work. So that's just it. So have a great day. Kick some fat's ass. Hope y'all are big losers. We love your faces. Whatever else I'm supposed to say, consider it said. And I'll see you next week for another update. Have a great day. Bye.